What's up guys, Set here, and I've got a very fun Momo game for you today. You're gonna like this one. Even those of you who probably might not like Momo videos normally, you will like this one. I guarantee it. So starting off in the fire zone, dropping off as usual to our usual shenanigans. Get those shields up nice and early so we can move around with a bit more safety. Always good to do that if you have the chance to. So typically with Momo games, they're never normally high KO or high damage when compared to a Bakugo or compared to an All Might or compared to anything, you know, that sort of moves in that direction character wise. But this one, you know, we got some work going, because the thing is, characters like Momo, she don't typically have high damage on high KO games because of any other reason, for the fact that her kit means it's a bit harder for her to compete with other characters for that. You know, like, not everyone in the lobby can get 10 KOs, you know. Someone else getting them is going to stop another person getting them, and, you know, with Momo and similar characters, they just don't have the same opportunities to reach that level normally, while still having just as good a game. Like, you could be like a Suyu with 4 KOs, and you could have had just as good a game, or maybe even a better game than a Bakugo who had 8 KOs. You know, it's just what is going on in your game with what your character is capable of. But this one was a bit of an exception to the rule. And again, I'm just speaking very generally. So, oh, I got 10 KOs with blah blah blah. Yes, I'm sure you did. I'm not saying it doesn't happen. I'm just speaking generally when it comes to one character, when you put them next to one who is more optimized for that, I guess you could say. So don't worry, we know you, that particular guy in the comments. We know you're amazing at the game and you buckle the trends. Don't worry, you haven't got to tell me. I get it. But this is a fun match where you know, it's not just the comments saying it, it's a video here showing it. And yeah, I think you guys are gonna like the way this one turns, twists, and folds. It's very fun. So pretty good comp here. Bakugo, All Might, and when I was using the examples earlier, I didn't even clock that. I was just saying my teammates. But yeah, Bakugo and All Might. So very damage heavy, very strong compatriots to have alongside of Momo. Me and Aizawa shared a romantic run for all of 0.3 seconds before I gave him the real life version of I don't want to see you again. Shigarakis, they do not love the shield, and quite honestly, good. Shigarakis can very easily get overwhelmed by a Momo who knows what she's doing. And simultaneously, they can still have a lot of joy against Momos, but if you are a, you know, proud, independent, no, if you're a strong, independent Momo, you can pretty much put it on most Shigarakis. You know, I'm sure there's like some god Shigarakis that will, you know, pull out all the stops to make it not so, but general Shigarakis, you should be able to do what you want to them, provided you don't waste your shields in silly manner. That All Might, he took the brunt of that one. Gave him a whole MLB show. All of those swings, everyone a home run. Momo-chan, I really don't like seeing revive cards, like full revive cards sitting around. Makes me feel like someone's gonna pick it up and take advantage of it, you know. Got the old villain All Might look going on there. He's wearing his is it a purple shirt? I think it's purple. Yeah. A quick response there. Nearly walked into the Uraraka trap, but we managed to walk out of it. Little tip for Momo when it comes to regenerating your shield. even if you're done with the shield in the moment, whenever I see another Momo, it gets personal. Whenever you're done with the Momo shield in the moment, just keep using it, because that will help your bar go up and keep you able to deal damage if you hit someone else, and keeps you more or less, not completely, but more or less invulnerable while that recharge goes up as well. Another good idea like I do sometimes is to put some cannons down to just distract, annoy, and limit people while you need to pop a heal or go chase something out. So our good friend Squall has gone down there, but we managed to retrieve him. Retrieved his All Might shaped body. Isn't it crazy? None of those hit. And these two, they thought they could get the drop on me. My clone Momo and her All Might bodyguard. But I was ready for them. And this one I said, you want that shield? It's not going to be enough. I know how this chick works. I know Momo inside out. And then this Darby came in with his Bakugo friend. I knew it's a very, very tight thing, so, you know, I put that down there. And here they come. Look at that, they sense it. We're in charge. Do you feel in charge? What? But there's two of us. And this gives you power over me? The tunnel of death. They had no idea what they was walking into. You gotta watch that one again. That's action replay. So I softened them up. Tight space. Perfect for the cannon. They was blinded by their love for death. So they just had to come. Made them waste some of their quirks. Then I switch up on them with the shield. Bang, bang. Do the 2-hit. They think I'm done. But then I come back round for the retread. Use the shield as cover to bring out the second shield. Few shimmies and sways. And before you know it, one's down. The Bakugo doesn't want to leave his fiery friend. But he kind of has to. And then he hesitates and comes back. And that was the last mistake he ever made that match. Meanwhile, my two boys are off doing something somewhere. I don't know what they was getting up to. But thankfully, we didn't need them. Do you feel in charge? And that's 7 KOs right now for Momo. The Shield Queen. Some good damage, but we took some good damage as well. Bring the shield out for a nice exit into safety. And I think we got like an All Might out there, an Uraraka, a Froppy maybe. The way she just tossed that car at the end. Like, fucking have it. That shook me up when it happened. I'm like, hey, All Might's with me. Hang on a minute. You're not my All Might. That's not my All Might. When I was a kid, I was at a boot sale. When I say kid, I mean like, you know, an actual child. I was at a boot sale. For those of you who don't know what a boot sale is, it's when you go to like a market and everyone's essentially selling wares out of their cars, you know, more or less. That's why they call it a boot sale, because you're selling things from the boot of your car. That's why they call it a boot sale. Sometimes it's very literal, and other times, you know, they've got up a whole stall set up and everything, and their car's in the background. But the general principle is the same. And yeah, I was walking around with my mum. I was holding my mum's hand because I'm just a small boy at this time. And then I let go of my mum's hand to go and check a stall out. And I was just sort of like having a look, seeing what that person was selling. And I just, you know, went back and I put my hand out and I grabbed my mother's hand again. And I'm walking around for like another, you know, 5 to 10 minutes around just looking at all these things while holding my mum's hand. Until I looked down at the hand, again, 5 to 10 minutes later. I've been walking around for 5 to 10 minutes. I looked down at the hand. That wasn't my mother's hand. And then I looked up. It wasn't my mother. I've been walking around for the past 10 minutes at this boot sale without my mother, while holding onto another stranger's hand. And I looked, I still remember it. Again, I was a small child, but I always remember this. I looked down at the hand, and looked up at this old lady. She was an old lady. She's looking down at me, and she goes, "Hello?" Which is funny because she didn't say anything for 5 to 10 minutes while holding my hand. She goes, "Hello?" And then I look up at her and I say, "You're not my mum." And then I let go of her hand. And then I go to find my mother. You know, it's kind of a funny story, but that could have very easily been a horror story for someone else to tell. It's quite scary when you actually think about it. But obviously it all turned out okay. I went back, managed to find my mum with relative ease. Or at least it must have been the case, because obviously nothing bad happened from that day. And yeah, there you go. Childhood story that you didn't ask for, probably didn't want, but nevertheless, you got. This is very interesting end circle, when it's like half on the mountain, half not. It's a lot better for characters. It's basically better for every character in this lobby except me, because I got no verticality. But we're still managing it quite well. You just have to make people fight where you want to fight. I'm not gonna lie to you. When I decided to heal right here in front of everybody, especially that Uraraka, there was no super secret plan. There was no hidden genius at work there. I just thought because it's me, because I'm me, this is gonna work. It didn't. I mean, in the long term, we still won this match, as you can see. But at that specific moment, I don't know why, I was just thinking, yeah, I'm gonna heal in front of you, and you're not gonna do anything about it. But turns out they activated the spin to win when they saw me doing that, which I don't blame them. I told you guys it was a good match. 8 KOs as Momo with, I want to say, rounded up, 8k damage, rounded up. And of course the very fun 2v1 in the tunnel, the Derby and the Bakugo. They did not know what they was walking into when they came through that tunnel. They did not know what they was walking into. The Shield Queen put it on them. The #1 Momo swung that bat around like her name was Mike Trout. Plus 2k. Good times indeed. Anyways, hopefully you guys enjoyed that. Very strong Momo game there. And time for you to enjoy the next match in this video. And now we're going into a second match. With this one, our teammates got pretty unlucky at the start. Very crazy scrap between a lot of different teams. You know how it goes. So I've just fast forwarded. I've went to basically collect the chest to get the resurrection card so I can bring my team back into the game after the chaotic start that we had. But, you know, very difficult to sometimes get to those boxes when everyone's just hanging around. So we basically took our time, made sure we was good, stocked up on things we needed. Now at this point, I'm going to go for that case down there. And then I realize, hey, it's just been opened. Which is why when I jump down here, I immediately kick into action. So the light going off of that box let me know that these guys were basically standing where I am now. That's why when I jumped down, immediately I knew what to do. Toga and Anita, pretty worrisome duo. Both have got good rushes. But I managed to put it on them using what I had available to me. Look at that. There goes the Toga. No problem. Let me get the revive. Then I used the cannon to basically stop him from approaching, giving me extra time to get the revive. Last time he went around that corner, I was the only one here. I know when this dude came running back around, he went, what the fuck? Because all of a sudden, there's 3 people. He was in a 2v1 being the 2, like, less than a minute ago. He ran around the corner, and now he's in a 3v1, and he's the 1. I know for a fact that guy went, what the fuck? And yeah, that was it for him, man. Famous last words. That Ida dressed up all in pink like he was going to go and watch Barbie. But the only thing that happened to him was getting barbecued. Sorry, brother. I do love fighting in here as Momo. Every character in this game has a place where they excel. I think Momo's place of excelling is inside that tunnel, which kind of sucks because you're barely ever there. You barely ever have an end game there. And if there is one, it's probably happening on the mountain above, not the tunnels beneath. And there really is no reason to be in that tunnel. So it kind of sucks that her place of, you know, superpower is that area, because again, you're just rarely ever there. But that is, for me at least, definitely. Just look at this video, you know, essentially 2v1 twice in this video in the same place. Yeah, it definitely is a great place for her. If you want in the comments, let me know what other spots in this game match certain characters very well. You know, who else? Like, where does Bakugo excel? Where does, you know, someone like, to be fair, I'd probably even say Shigaraki excels in that tunnel as well. But yeah, if you have any thoughts on that, let me know. So anyways, got my team back into the game like a good support does. Good fun little 2v1 with the Toga and the Ida. I managed to get my team back from that one. That's the thing as well, you know, if you're trying to get a revive and you can't get to that box, just try and get the people who got the box. I know it is going to be risky. There's no, you know, right answer or wrong answer, but if you didn't get the box and they picked the card up, that your next best thing is to kill the guy who did. That's why I went down there, because I needed that res card, and I was thinking, this area works for me as Momo. So I didn't get the box, but I'm gonna go and take out the guy who did, and I'm gonna take that card off his body, you know, like it was a $1 million stacked MasterCard. I'm swiping that card, no questions asked. Anyone in here watch the Squid Game reality show? It's on Netflix. I finished it the other day. It's better than I thought it was. I went into it with low expectations, so I feel as if I enjoyed it because I thought it was going to be terrible, but it actually wasn't that bad. So the fun part of this match was the tunnel 2v1, but now the final circle coming up is also really fun as well. That's why I put it in here. Here's another question for you guys. What kind of videos do you like the most? Do you like high KO, high damage videos? Do you like clutch videos? Do you like insanely competitive games where, you know, there's only like maybe 2 or 3 KOs in the whole match, but the whole match was just, you know, on a hair trigger? Everyone's just, you know, so close in skill. Do you like revive matches where, you know, your team goes down and you try to get them back up, and it's a whole journey experience? You know, I went through hell and back to get my team into the game again, and now we're at the final. What kind of matches do you guys enjoy the most? Watching, that is. Watching, not being a part of, watching. Okay, I took that personally, that beta kick. The best way to deal with Idas, the best way to deal with Kirishimas as a Momo is to always have a shield charge, at least one. And when you then have 0, you do not be near that Kirishima. That's the rule. If you have 1 or 2 shield charges, you are equipped to take on a Kirishima. If you don't, you're not really. So you should get away. So what I like to do, I like to approach the Kirishima with my shield, maybe knock him once or twice, 3 or 4 times even if I've got 2 shields. And then as soon as I run out of shields, I'm out of there. I don't want to see his face until I have more shields again. That's the best way to handle Karishma. You're like, but what happens if he chases me? Yes, that could very well happen. The idea is you want to get away from him so well after your shields are done that he can't chase you, whether you just leave him in such a bad spot, or you manage to use a shield to get out of range enough, or hide well enough that you don't actually need to see him again. That's the idea. But in case, you know, you can't quite get that, and he is close, remember, a lot of the time they're going to chase you with either their alpha or their beta. Their beta, you can dodge it by rolling toward them. I dodge so many Kirishimas that way. They charge at you with a punch, you just roll past them. You know, it just messes them up. Unless you're really far away. If you're far away enough to not have to do that, then obviously don't force yourself to do that, because then you might actually murder yourself in the process. And same for the R2. The R2 is the one that they're doing. You can roll towards them again, as long as you're, you know, quite smooth with it. And you just go past them, and typically their dash will sort of mess them up. And then you can use that to try and get away. And then, you know, you just want to try and climb a building, go up something. If you have a speed card, use a speed card. If you don't, jump over something. Just try to do something that he can't just run straight forward through. And then at that point, it's up to you to continue the rest of your retreat. Maybe you'll have your shields back by that point. So there you have it. Pretty intense final circle there. Worked out for us after the very nice resurrection. Mount Lady very happy about it, clearly. So shout out to my teammates for waiting patiently for me to get them back in, and shout out to them further for dominating in that end game as well. But yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed that. And yeah, there you have it. Two crazy videos. Sorry, 2 crazy matches in one video with Momo. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Yeah, she's an absolute demon. I really do enjoy playing with her. She's my favorite character to play as. I really still do like Bakugo, of course, but I don't know, man. Momo's got me. Momo's got me in a chokehold, and I'm passing out. So, see you on the next one. Let me know what you thought of those games. Did you like the Tunnel 2v1s? And yeah, let me know what you want to see next in the comments, maybe. See you soon.